Oh, as soon as I saw him, I thought he was quite hot, actually. I shouldn't be saying that, I'm the auntie.
Can you please listen to me? I am listening, can you shut up?
Do you want me to walk out of this right now?
Mafs Australia never disappoints. And the second-hand embarrassment, one is a good second-hand embarrassment. The other one is just cringe. You just can't believe that someone would behave like that. I love Auntie Maria. I love Auntie Maria. Auntie Maria being excited about the groom and then reminding herself that she's the aunt of the bride, so she needs to behave herself, was amazing. And then Tamara, oh my God, if that were my sister, I would ask them to take her out. I would ask her to take her out, and then we'd deal with the family fallout later, because the audacity to keep telling everyone that you're the bride's sister, and so you're the bride's sister, and Elliot is something else. I think Elliot is a producer pick. It sounds like producers are given one or two couples to pick for the drama, and then there's couples that are there for actually looking for a relationship, because he's giving me Tori and Jack, was it Jack or Jake vibes from last season. Oh my God. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Married at First Sight Australia, Season 12, Episode 1. It's time. Let the roller coaster begin. Mavs Australia. Oh my God. Anyway, we get to meet the brides and the grooms to be. First off with the ladies, we start off with Lauren. She's 37. She's a business owner. We don't know what the business is, but anyway, she says she wishes she was born in a different era, because she's very into gender roles, and so she believes the man should be the man and the woman should be the woman, and that's how it should be. And it's like, hey, to each their own. If you're happy with that, amazing for you. Who are we to judge? Next up is Awina. She's 30. She is an aged care worker. She's a single mom who's got a 6-year-old child. We don't get to see whether the child is male or female, because I think they normally don't show the children on the show unless the parent consents. Or was it New Zealand? I don't remember. Next in is Jamie. She's 28. She's an account manager. Apparently, her dad wants her to marry a Greek guy. So her dad is always praying that she finds her Greek god. And she wants someone who's a cross between David Beckham and a criminal. And she's into tattoos. Oh my God, she's so talkative. You could see that there's going to be a clash between her and Lauren, because Lauren, I think, doesn't like people who talk too much, and she seems to talk quite a bit. On the men's side, because it's a hen and stag do. So at the guys' event, you have Elliot arrive first. He's a business owner. He's got very high standards. He's 35 years old. So he says if he doesn't like his bride on the wedding day, he's walking away. And it's like, well, if that's what he wants, why are we bringing him on the show? But tell him to stay his ass at home and keep looking on dating sites. Next up is David. He's 36. He's a builder. He seems like a great guy. So can't wait. We have Tony, who is 53 and is reminding me of the man last season. What was his name? Was it Tony as well? Who was married to Lucinda. And he is a charter captain. His parents apparently immigrated from Sedona, I think he said, in the 60s. And so his parents passed away and it's just him. And he becomes tearful when he starts talking about his parents. And it's like, I hope they don't end up bringing people who have lost loved ones for another bereavement counseling, because I don't think they'll have another Lucinda this season who will be able to deal with that. Next in is the English guy. So we have Billy. He's 31. He's a plasterer. And it's like, oh my God. The guys are okay. The ages are okay. Although you were seeing Billy side-eye Elliot when Elliot was talking about the fact that, you know, he wants a supermodel. So you can already see who's going to have tension with whom because of the way people are receiving each other according to first impressions. Next for the ladies, we have Katie. Katie is 37. She's a CEO and she's been single for 10 years. She comes across as very emotional, very emotional. She's really been, you know, struggling to sort of find her person, but this is something that she really wants. So she's hoping that the show has found her person. she's the sweetest thing ever, and I'm hoping, if nothing else. I know Tony's a bit older, but I hope she's matched with Tony, because Tony seems like he's got the emotional bandwidth to sort of deal with her. Yes, he's going through his own grief, but I think she either needs him or she needs the teacher guy. I didn't catch his name, or I think he was the headmaster, someone like that. That's the person she needs. She doesn't need to be matched with Elliot. No, please. She deserves better. And then we have Marina. She's 57. I assume she's the oldest. She's a DJ and she's a fitness instructor. So she's one of those ladies like the one from last season. I always forget names once the season ends because I watch too many shows and I'd rather not sort of keep them all in my head and I don't follow up afterwards. But you know, the lady with the red hair from last season. For the guys, we get to meet Billy. He's 31. He's a plasterer. He's from the UK, so he's English. We don't know how long he's been in Australia for, but they're saying he's the token English guy, so hopefully he behaves himself. We meet Paul. He's 30. He's a wellness instructor. He's French. He's lived in Australia for 11 years, and it's like, wow. That's a long time. He actually is good looking. I have to give it to the guys. Most of them are good looking. There are a couple of average looking guys, but the majority of the boys that we've met are quite good looking. So hopefully the girls are impressed. They start asking each other, you know, what are you looking for in a bride? What do you want in a partner? And Elliot goes off. He really put off a lot of people with the comments that he made. The fact that he's so outspoken about the reason why he's there. Well, he's saying that, you know, if I don't like the person they matched me with, I'm out. And it's like, seriously, how can you say if you don't like the person you're matched with, you're out? The producers need to be taken out of the casting room. They need to be taken away from the decision making of who is going to be on the show and who isn't, because they always come with a mess, and it's not necessary. We need more substance to the shows. Otherwise, we can't continue to have this mess whereby they bring in the same people. He's just like the guy from last season, the Tori's husband. I don't even remember. Jack, I think was his name. That's who he reminds me of. It seems like they need a villain every season. So they always go for the jackass who they know is going to, you know, show himself out and show his ass. And I think this season, he is the one. So my money is on the fact that they're going to try and convince him to stay till the very end. And he is going to stay till the very end. And part of me thinks that it's a persona, this thing that he's putting on, because at 35, if he's that good looking, if he has those high standards, why hasn't he found somebody for himself? He needs to take several seats. Somebody needs to humble him. We get to meet Carina. Carina, she is 31 years old, and she comes from a very big, I think she said Greek family. Sorry, I missed that. She has four older siblings, or she has four siblings who all married their high school sweethearts. So she is the only one, in my opinion, who's still single, and she works with her family, and she's really wants to get married, and her family wanted to get married to the extent that she said her mom actually approaches people at church with pictures to sort of show them her daughter and see if she can match her up with anyone. And it's like, no, that's a bit too much, but hey, moms are like that. And so she is having this meal with her family, and she's telling them that, you know, she can't wait to get married. They are all hopeful that she will meet her match because she really wants to get married. She wants someone who's very chivalrous, someone who's very sort of into courting his partner, who's very loving and caring and attentive. So she is matched with Paul, the wellness instructor, the French guy, and he says he's been in love once, but his partner, he was going to move with his partner from France to Australia, and then found out that the partner was cheating, so that was very hard for him to recover from. But he says once he falls hard. And it's like, I hope he's telling them the truth and he's not making them meet his representative, because everything he's telling them is what, you know, Carina has asked for. So I hope whatever he's saying to the experts, he's telling them the truth. So the experts are happy, they've matched them, and they think that they're going to really have a positive impact on each other's life. And it's like, everybody during casting tells you what you want to hear. This is why Mavs US has started bringing receipts and bringing sort of audition tapes to show the partner why they were matched with someone, because people are always questioning, why am I matched with this person? We don't have anything in common. And yet when they watch the tape, they realize that, oh, actually this is what this person told the experts. Second couple revealed are Lauren and Elliot, and it's like, seriously, are we just trying to get our Tori and Jack from last season 2.0? Because that's what it looks like it's going to be. Because she believes in gender roles and she is very outspoken. She's got her own business and she likes to stand up for herself, but she also wants a protector. She says she's got siblings, a brother and a sister who she gets along with very well, but she hasn't spoken to her dad in 6 years. And it's like, oh, there's a lot of family drama there. There's a lot of dad problems that are going to be coming up most likely. And so I don't know whether matching her up with this guy was the best thing, because he doesn't come across as someone with the, I don't want to say emotional intelligence, but with the bandwidth enough to sort of cope and be delicate or sensitive with certain issues. Because Elliot is saying he wants to be the provider, the protector in his household. He wants to be the man of the household. And he doesn't want to have to deal with a very outspoken woman. And it's like, but this is how your wife that they've matched you with is coming across. So how are the two of you going to sort of compromise? Who is going to be willing to take a step back? Yeah, she's 37, he's 35. He says if he doesn't like her on site, he's going to turn around and walk away. And it's like, oh my God, this is about to be messy. This is about to be messy. She's either going to go one of two ways. She's either going to be submissive like Tori, or she's going to be one of those very confrontational people. And there's going to be a lot of fireworks. I don't know how the experts sort of match them, because apart from them wanting to sort of stick to gender roles and the fact that they both wish they had been born in the 1950s, I personally don't think this is a good idea. I think one of them should have been matched with someone who's a bit kinder, someone with a bit more empathy, someone who sort of mellow them down, because it seems like the two of them combined is going to be fireworks. And I think this is a producer cast. I think the producers were told you can cast so many couples, and they decided to add this couple as one of their couples just for the drama and toxicity. I think Mavs as a whole brand, they're tired of the fans sort of complaining that why do we waste time with hen do, stag do, blah, 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 blah. So Mavs Australia is not wasting time. Within 30 minutes, we're at the altar for the first wedding. And it's like, I love this. So first to get married are Carina and Paul. Carina is 31, Paul is 30. And they actually make a cute couple. They really do. They seem like they're very laid back and they're very easygoing people. So I think they'll make a great couple. You have, Carina designs her wedding dress based on her mom's wedding dress. So there's some sort of resemblance there. She has her mom and her sisters come in to see her before she walks down the aisle. They're ecstatic for her. They're ecstatic that she's getting married. She's ecstatic that she's getting married. This is something that she's wanted. You have Paul. Obviously, we get to meet his two groomsmen. They walk down the aisle, and Auntie Maria sees the groomsmen, and she's asking, between the two of you, who's the groom? Who's the groom? And so they say, no, we are the friends. And she's asking, is he just as handsome as you? And she was interrogating them, and it's like Auntie Maria needs to be one of the, the experts, because she knows the questions that needs to be asked. You have Carina's mom come down the aisle, and then she's told that, Auntie Maria has already investigated everything. She knows who is who and what's going on. You get Paul walk in. Auntie Maria she is smitten. She is smitten, because she actually says, oh my God, he's hot. Oh, by the way, I'm the aunt. I shouldn't be saying that. And it's like, oh my God, I wonder whose sister that is. I have a feeling that that's the mom's sister. It gives more mom sister vibes than dad's sister. So I can't wait. He's excited. He greets everyone. He's very respectful. The family love him. Even the mom loves him. You have, Carina walks down the aisle. They really seem happy to see one another. They say their vows, and they're really excited at the altar, because she was walked down by her dad. And then once they get to the back, you sort of hear this eerie music playing as they're leaving the altar. And it's like, I was sort of questioning, why are we having this eerie music playing? Only to realize that there's drama waiting in the back for the producers. So you have them go to their individual producers, and you have Carina sort of saying to her producer, I know this guy. I matched with him. We went on a hiking date, and then we're supposed to go on another date. And he turned around and said to me his friend needed to take him somewhere, so he couldn't sort of see me anymore, and he just ghosted me. It's really strange. So you have the producer ask, so how did you feel when you saw him? And she was like, I was surprised because I didn't expect him to be at the end of the altar. I expected someone totally different, someone I've never met. And for me, it's like, this is the universe giving you a second chance. Because why would the experts give you someone that sort of aligns with what you wanted from a partner? It's either one of two things. It's either Paul has got in touch with someone at Mafs and said, there's this girl I want to make amends with. Can you cast it to be on the show with me? But that seems like a lot of groundwork. Or it's the universe telling you that this is your person. Paul is busy telling his producer that, I met her, but at the time I wasn't in the best of headspaces. So I, just didn't respond to her. I just left things on hold because I didn't think I was in the best headspace to be a partner for her. And it's like, oh my God, what's going on here? I have a theory. My theory is maybe Paul was dating someone. They'd broken up. He went on the dating apps and then decided to rekindle with that person. And instead of telling Carina that he's rekindled, he just decided to ghost her because there's no other justifiable reason other than the fact that maybe he decided to rekindle with his ex. And so he couldn't tell, Carina that he was rekindling. So he just ghosted her. That's the impression that I get. I can't wait to see the resolution of that mess. Oh my God. The secondhand embarrassment from Lauren's sister Tamara's behavior. Oh my God. I would have asked her to leave. I'm not one for turning your back on family, but at this point I would have asked her to leave because I will not sit for that. Anyway, so next to get married are Elliot and Lauren. Lauren, we know she only gets along with her brother and the sister. She doesn't get along with her dad. She hasn't spoken to him for almost 6 years, I think she said. And you have Elliot, groomzilla, who is threatening to sort of walk out if he's matched with someone that he doesn't like. And so the producers and everyone, I think, is nervous that hopefully he likes his bride. His friend walks down the aisle and everyone is excited because they really love him. They think he's very good looking. And you have Lauren tell her family that she just wants someone who has the same values. She's not really bothered about looks. And she goes back and forth with her sister. And it's like, this is now sort of over the top. I don't know whether the sister was intoxicated or whether that's who she always is. I'm surprised they're still in communication. I wouldn't be surprised if they stopped talking once the show was filmed because that's a bit too much. She's producers gold. They've struck gold with her because she gives them the toxic mess that they want. You had her complaining about anything and everything. She was upset that she was told not to wear her sort of Chanel earrings. And it's like, you should have just left her to wear the stud earrings that she wanted to wear. She said her hair is down, so her hair was going to cover them anyway. She goes on and on until eventually they leave the room and then they get in the car. And the producers are messy because the friend was sort of a buffer. And so the friend wasn't put in the car. They put the two sisters in the car and it was just back and forth until they got to the sort of wedding venue. And then at the wedding venue, the sister kicked off, when she walked down the aisle, she sat down, she started interrogating everyone. Who are you? You're good looking, blah, to the friend. And it's like, this is not necessary. Yes, her sister was saying, Tamara likes to be the center of attention, but there is a time and a place. How would you like it if tables were turned and Lauren behaved the same way at your wedding? It feels like the producers asked Lauren that, do you have a very toxic family member? And she said yes. And they said, okay, bring her. And she brought her sister, and her sister showed off and showed out. I was pleasantly surprised at the fact that, you had Elliot really love the way Lauren looked, and the fact that she had this Alice band. Apparently it gives the 50s vibe, so he loved that. The 70s vibe, I think he said. Their vows sort of aligned, and I don't know whether it's because the producer sort of made sure that they had certain things in their vows that the other person would like, or whether it was just a coincidence. They were married and then they got to sit in this sort of, it looked like a stage, like a venue where they have performances, things like opera and stuff. And so they got to sit on the stage. And as soon as the sister sat down, she didn't like the venue. She sat down, they all sat down, and she started wanting to make a sarcastic remark about her sister. Then she sort of held herself back. I don't know whether she was given the look by a family member, and so she decided to reserve her comment. And then she tried to get the groom's attention, and it's like, this is not necessary. This really is not necessary. Why does it seem as though you're trying to sabotage your sister's wedding? Why does it seem as though you're not happy for her that she's getting married? And the audacity to start interrogating the friend was a bit too much. At one point, you had Elliot say, do you want us to swap seats? That way, you can sit next to him and you can sort of ask him every single thing that you need to ask. And the friend was like, it's not my day. So please, we don't need to discuss me. And it's like, wow, why can't, Lauren kick her sister under the table? But then if she does kick her, then she's going to shout, why are you kicking me? It was chaotic. It was chaotic, to say the least. It really was. And I don't know how that's going to play out, because that sister, I can foresee them bringing her back for family meetup and whatever. The producers are going to continue to want her on camera just because she is that toxic. Oh my God, this is a hot mess. So you have, Lauren and Elliot's wedding. Her sister's just a mess. It's just a hot mess. And the fact that she said to the producers, I'm not giving you anything else, it makes you question, did the producers say we'll pay you if you misbehave? And so she's decided to show off and show out, because there's no justifiable reason for the way she's behaved. Seriously, nothing can justify that. The fact that she kicked off because they didn't give her the meal that she wanted, and then she stormed off and came back and sat down and stormed off again. And she had to have people pacify her to say, that's enough. You need to behave yourself. And it's like, seriously, how much more can her sister continue to put up with? Why isn't her sister calling her out? I know she keeps telling us to stop. Where is the brother? Why is the brother not coming forward and pulling his sister away and just telling her that this is not necessary? There's no reason for you to embarrass your sister like that. Or is the sister now looking for influencer roles as well? Make it make sense. Are they both there just for the clout and they're not there for her sister to really get married? Because why would you sabotage your sister's relationship like that? You could tell Elliot was becoming wound up. I'm surprised he didn't say anything. He kept trying to sort of ignore it. His friend, had so much secondhand embarrassment. I felt bad for him for sitting there and having to endure that. I have a feeling that the producers knew the sister was going to be a hot mess, and so they decided to put her on the stage instead of putting one of the friends, because they wanted the drama. Because the moment Elliot said he was attracted to his wife, they decided to get the drama from someone else, and so they decided the sister was going to be the source of the drama. And oh my God, I couldn't. It was so cringe. It made my blood boil, as though I was the one getting married. And so I don't know how they're going to address that once the reception is finished. We didn't get to see them leave the venue. I would have loved to have seen a sort of timeout. I'm surprised that Lauren didn't ask for a timeout. Or the producers had timeouts but didn't want to show it on camera, because it doesn't make sense why we didn't get to see Lauren sort of pull her sister up on that. Anyway, I digress. You then have a conversation between Carina and Paul, because obviously the producers have had conversations with the two of them, and now they need to sort of address and see if they can reach common ground and move forward. So you have Paul sort of apologize for his behavior and say, he's open to continuing in the experiment. She says she's open to continuing with him as well. They sort of make amends, although Carina is sort of questioning whether he's just telling her what she wants to hear or whether he's actually genuine. They agree to continue the experiment. They sit at the table, and then Paul sort of asks for permission to go and have a conversation with her parents, which I give him credit for. If he's going to misbehave, he misbehaves, but at least he owned up and went and told her mother and father that I met your daughter a year ago. I wasn't in the best of headspaces, and I didn't feel that I would have been the right partner for her at that time. And to have the mother say she as well at that time wasn't in the right headspace. So had the two of you tried to pursue anything, nothing would have worked, because she wasn't in the best place to receive love. You weren't in the best place to receive love, and we appreciate you coming to speak to us. And so for the mother and the father to say on camera they appreciate him for coming and telling them that this is the history that he has with their daughter, and this is what happened and why things didn't work out, they were really appreciative of that. I will keep my fingers crossed. I don't want to say they are my favorites or not, just in case things don't work out. We'll see how things play out. But the fact that he owned up to his mess and she was willing to forgive him, and they dealt with it in a very respectful manner. There was no storming off, there was no screaming, no shouting. So I really loved that, and I can't wait to see what happens with them. Them sitting by the stairs and sort of having that conversation was sweet. I loved their venue. I'm not so sure about, Lauren and Elliot's venue. I think the producers decided to just pick something cheap because they were worried that Elliot might not sort of go ahead with the wedding. But hey, it is what it is. I can't wait for episode 2. Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye guys.